All right, Lea Jansen ready to serve. This is going to be a good one. Let's play pickleball. On a little kiss off the net. Last 3 times, Lea Jansen won 2, Mary won 1. But the last time, 11-6 in the third for Mary. So a very, very tight matchup here. And a contrasting styles here, Adam.
Definitely. That is going to be the key in this match. Lea at the kitchen, Mary Brascia at the back of the court. Who can win that specific battle?
Yeah, you saw the lower third. Mary played at Veolia University. She's an Eagle, and she's hitting winners from the baseline with the two-handed backhand there. My goodness.
And against one of the longer female competitors out here who covers the court extremely well. And she has chose to stay back on the return twice in a row now, Lea Jansen. That surprises me.
Washington State University Cougar. That's pretty from Lea Jansen. And just to close out college talk, Mary actually started at Dayton, and the Kawamotos hosted her when she made her visit out there, and then decided to come on home back to SoCal and finish her career out here. And we're thrilled that she chose pickleball.
Side out.
That ball catching the center line and kind of taking off on Lea Jansen.
Two-zero. Side out.
Wow, airmailed on that one.
Lea had to get out of the way.
That wasn't it. Have we ever had a nasty Nelson in singles?
No, I don't believe so.
That's as close as we got.
0-2. Side out.
Yeah.
A little frustrated.
Yeah, and big time fooled Mary Brascia, thinking that
gone.
ball was going to go inside out. So Lea went for the right shot, just couldn't execute.
Yeah, and Lea made a very public retirement from singles, but we're thrilled to have her back here. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it almost ended up wide, and then what a shot from Lea.
Do athletes retire the first time anymore? It feels like all retirements there's at least one comeback.
Got to sneak back in there, you know, and you know, part of that obviously type 1 diabetic, learning how to deal with that, and she's even gotten more resources to help her with that, and that enables her to play singles. And I think she knows these are the opportunities. She is, no question, one of the better players on tour. Elite consistently, these are matches you have to win to be in that class. So we'll see how this one comes out. Just wide from Mary, and I think the wind, which we saw on that lob, pulled that there, because I'm sure she's like, off the paddle, that's a winner.
Yeah, and it's good to see her kind of figure out some of that health stuff.
Yes.
Because this is her best event.
Oh, yeah.
Not that, I mean, she's great at doubles as well, but, I mean, she's a world-class singles player, so if it would have affected her enough to not continue her career, that would have been tough.
And that does stay in despite the wind blowing to the side and at Lea's back, so...
And just staying back at a very high clip early in this game. Obviously a point of emphasis for Lea, but like I said earlier, a bit surprised.
Yeah, because her volleys are some of the best in the women's game. Jumps out of the way of another return.
I mean, I know that 0-2 paddle's got some pop, but Mary Brascia, clean winner from the baseline and a couple serves well deep.
Yeah, and it's interesting. She's used the 0-6 quite a bit recently, so I don't know if wind or comfort or wants some more pace. That's pretty there.
Yeah, it's a great ball going cross court and out of the wingspan of Lea Jansen. Not easy to do.
Two.
That is a terrific return from Lea.
Yeah, you serve and stay back, and your opponent hits a return, and you're completely off balance when hitting it. It's a good return.
Yes.
Point.
And this is the thing that I think Lea's like, I have good groundies, okay? That's why I am world-class in singles, as you said.
So maybe she's kind of finding that more hybrid role instead of just kamikazing into the net at all times. She's picking her spots a little better and becoming more well-rounded out there.
Point.
And has definitely received a visit to the freebie factory from Mary here a few times already.
Yeah, that's absolutely a recurring theme throughout the day. Is the amount of unforced errors given the conditions has definitely been accelerated.
All the way up to the 1 seed in the men's as Ben Johns missed quite a few returns himself and got sent home by Jaume Martinez Vic, who was able to follow it up and make a final. We often see the next one not go well, so kudos to him.
Yeah, I always think of the NCAA basketball tournament. That the 15 beats the 2 and then loses by 64 in the next round. You got to keep it going, and when you have that emotional high, you definitely have to keep it even keel.
Yeah, some directional school from the middle of the country upsets a Big Ten school, and then
Northwestern South State of some sort.
Yes. And this is neither of those. This is a Final Four match that we have here. So, you know, this is one of those where it is certainly the conditions are something we think from the radar we're going to get this in, but it's going to be tight. Wow, that is pretty. And in what I felt was one of the greatest singles matches ever, and you and I called it with Lea and Anna Lee, that backhand down the line was what betrayed her there. That was pretty.
Yeah, she smoked that one after 2 drops before that.
Just took her time there, and there was a ball. Her 5th is something she would have come in on every time there.
Yeah, I know. And Mary Brascia now, I believe that's 3 or 4 times where her split step before Lea contacts her pass has been well off the kitchen line. She has got to get tighter in and not give Lea Jansen those targets.
Side out.
Much better movement there from, and Mary obviously moves fantastic.
Yeah, the court coverage isn't much different between the two. Maybe a little bit more on the footwork side from the shorter Mary Brascia and more length from Lea Jansen, but it's very similar.
Wow. Arm in the air from Mary. That is a tough ball to hit that hard.
I just don't get it. It's just so good from the middle of the court. Saw it a couple times earlier in the day, and man, that 2-hander from the middle, inside out, so good.
Now she takes one down the line, and then a very nice, purposeful finish there from Mary Brascia.
Yeah, that drop floating a bit too far for Lea Jansen.
4-5. Side out.
Lea Jansen is playing baseline ball today, Adam.
Baseline ball. And it's going fine so far.
Yeah,
we'll have to continue to monitor.
We are allowed to check in on that throughout the match.
5-4.
I mean, Mary Brascia, that backhand down the line, the hardest shot to hit in tennis or pickleball from the baseline. 3 in a row, just gorgeous.
Heck of an approach from Mary Brascia, and not a bad swinging forehand volley either cross court. Which around all of the sports and how you deliver your message.
Mary Brascia, these backhands down the line are almost illegal.
Yeah, and Lea not just didn't go in, she actually retreated back after that.
Yeah, so this, again, we took it under advisement. We're going to keep watching it, but it is stunning based on the way she typically plays. And she says, "You just take that right in the face, there."
Yeah, and I've seen her play a hybrid style where mixing in coming forward, but a full stay back. I'm not sure I've quite seen that from her. But look at the score line.
Oh,
it's not lopsided.
No, down one and counter punching. She's got the baseball guy coaching her up. Let's go. That is a phenomenal volley from Mary Brascia at full extension.
Yeah, and just a little hop afterwards. When she had the arm in the air earlier, she gets the little hop and spin, and then she's feeling good about herself.
When we get the full 360, it's game on. Here we go. And that's what we're used to seeing.
Okay, yeah, just sharp slice backhand volley running off the court. No big deal, Lea Jansen.
Yeah. Just taunting us with the first 11 points of this.
Keeping us on our toes.
Yeah.
5-6.
It's very nice. One other thing on the coaching. Saw Dom and Susanna Barr sitting together before. Susanna Barr and Lea Jansen playing together in this tournament. So maybe as we've coached through that, we're going to go out there and lend a helping hand here as well. So it all has, there's always a thread somewhere, Adam.
There is.
6-6. Side out.
Whoopsie.
Again, I wanted to touch on the battle between having a strategy going in and then making adjustments. And she's obviously clearly starting to come in more the last couple points, but she gave it a run. She wasn't just doing that for no reason. That was her strategy going in. She stuck with it, and now she is changing it up a little bit. So I think that's always a battle for a lot of these players. You have that strategy going in. You can't abandon it after 2 points, but you need to make the adjustments in the moments too. It is just not easy.
Yeah, there's some players that abandon it when it's working because they think, oh, I need to show some other stuff, and that's why the Johns brothers are so hard to beat.
Yeah, I love that in some of the Ben's interviews where he's like, I mean, sure, you need to make adjustments on the fly occasionally, but that's not the heart of what we do. No. We pre-plan and we stick with that 90+% of the time.
No, come on. Side out.
So very good battle here at 6 apiece. Again, last match of the day on Humana Championship Court.
6-6. Point.
Boy, and the missed returns. If Mary does not win game number 1, she's going to look back at that. That one in the net. There have been a couple that have sailed well deep as well.
7-6. Point. Timeout. Receiver.
And a Mary Brascia, not a player that gets frustrated. That's about as frustrated as it looks there.
Side out.
Well, at least when she's not missing a return, she's hitting very good ones, as that one was just inside the baseline.
If we're going to hit them some in the net, and we're going to hit a couple that just absolutely explode an inch from the baseline, by all means.
Point.
She did her job for us. She said, Lea, you have to make the pass. And that's true, Dave. That's true.
I mean, you and I were about to say some version of that, but if they want to help out as the third person in the booth, by all means. That is just absolutely awesome. Mary Brascia played that point like Donna from Suits. She is awesome.
The two slice drops and then the read, and that swinging forehand volley has really been on point throughout game one. Great construction, great point from Mary Brascia.
Wow. Oh, and a little skitter off the tape. This is just fun with all the intrigue of who's doing what. A couple of freebies. Lea Jansen back. Mary firing forward. Who is going to play their best ball down the stretch?
Point.
Man, Lea did not hit that clean at all, but because the wind's at her back, it took a mishit and dropped it in the kitchen.
Well, Dave, that was a ground stroke. But
No,
it was
no,
a drop.
it was not.
But it was a
Right.
drop.
But it was a full swing, Adam. How is that possible? Man, you can hear the wind in our on-court microphones here, too, and you can see. Look at the seat protectors rattling behind Mary Brascia at the top of the screen.
And I like that middle approach. She had a lot of options on that approach shot. She chose to not give Lea the angle.
Ooh, that is a heartbreaker for Mary Brascia, as she had that in her control.
Yeah, how many times have we seen it up at the kitchen line from Lea Jansen? In big trouble, stabs one on the full stretch, and ends up winning the point.
Yeah, because she frustrates you. You're like, that's the best thing I got, and how in the world did she get a paddle on it? Wow.
Side out.
How far that serve move with nothing on it to the right. So now the wind is more, it appears, shifting and pulling the ball towards the right side of your screen.
8-9. Point.
Lea trying to approach middle, not clearing the tape. In the previous point, we saw Mary Brascia doing the same thing. So that's been a recurring theme for both players these last handful of points.
And that was the strategy Lea brought out that got her 1 point away from beating Anna Leigh Waters back in Texas.
Point.
Okay, so a lot of cheering and a lot of shaking of the head by Mary. An adventure here. Game point for Mary. She can't even stand still to get it in. Wow, and a ball clips off the tape, and Mary Brascia takes game one, and there was a paddle tap.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Just back on the return for Jansen. Mary Brascia on the board first. There's the backhand you mentioned of Mary Brascia.
Yeah, she uses it. She approaches the kitchen line and really applied a lot of pressure to Lea. Not the start that Lea wants. It is a little bit windy out there. It's a little cold, so the ball is going to be flying.
Nice shot by Lea Jansen, pulling Mary Brascia.
Stayed back at the beginning of the point, but used her backhand to get in later. Let's see. Keep an eye on that as we continue on.
0-2.
Nice backhand punch from Jansen to the corner.
Yeah, if Lea hits good deep returns, she's going to come in behind it. And when she does that, she's going to have a big court advantage. And let's see, I think that's a good start for her.
Lea Jansen earned a bronze medal here last season. Annalie Waters, of course, the defending gold medalist. Ooh, pretty.
Come on. Come on. Moving backhand, took the angle, made Mary stretch out for it. It's a really tough shot, but she didn't go for a passing shot straight with power. She took the angle, a little bit more placement over power in that situation.
Another big storyline for women's singles. No Catherine Parento in the mix. For women's singles, she is playing doubles. So she'll be playing today and tomorrow. Another nice passing shot by Jansen down the line.
Really nice. I mean, Mary looks like she's trying to go to Lea's backhand, but Lea is running all the way around it, Tyson McGuffin style a little bit, and hitting the inside in forehand.
Jack Sock style, too, now that we've seen him in the mix this season. Big serve from Jansen. Into the net goes Brascia, and now a 2-point lead for the 2 seed. And a missed serve out of the timeout. Mary Brascia off the hook.
2-4.
And that's a really nice job. If Lea hits a good deep return and she gets in, she puts all the pressure on Mary to hit a passing shot, and that's a difficult shot to hit if her volleys are also really deep, which they were, and then Mary sends one long.
4-2.
Passing shots dialed in for Lea Jansen.
Yeah, I like Mary's court positioning there. She was in control of the point for 2 or 3 shots. Lea turned it around right in that last shot, but I like Mary moving up like that, especially on a good return.
5-2.
Just a slight miss hit there by Mary. She was on the ball. You know she wants that one back. Look like it hit the frame.
Daniel Phillips, please come to the tournament desk. Daniel Phillips.
You know, some balls sending long right now. Most of these points have been under 4 shots. And so whoever's had a better return, a better serve, a better third volley is typically the one winning these points right now.
What a grab from Mary, low to the backhand side of the kitchen.
And there's the Mary Brascia fist pump. Look at this beautiful reaching touch volley, drops it over the kitchen, puts Lea in a tough spot. There's the fist pump.
3-6.
Lea Jansen working the point beautifully.
If you're a singles player at home and you're like, what do I learn from these 2 phenomenal players? Depth of return. Lea's deep return set up everything that went on with the point, and it's why she won that last point.
6-3.
Ooh, Mary back to the well to the left side.
Beautiful. We saw another good deep return going back to that point from Mary. She worked her way in and then just got it behind Lea on the move. Beautiful shot.
3-6. Point.
Deep lob, and Mary Brascia back within 2. I mentioned a couple of misses early in the game, too. A couple of variables there. You mentioned the cool conditions, 56 degrees right now in Phoenix area. And, of course, the new ball, a lot of these pros are still adjusting to the Vulcan V Pro flight. Colin Johns talked a lot about that yesterday. It's a learning curve.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the ball is definitely a slight learning curve. It'll be slightly different. I think the cold weather changes the conditions more than anything, which with cold weather, the ball is going to be a little harder. And when it's a little bit harder, it's just going to fly more. And so you got to be more careful controlling your serves, your returns, and basically every shot. I mean,
Just wide for Brascia. And how does that disrupt your preparation from a player standpoint, Kyle, when you play one game last night, you pick it up in game 2 here this morning?
It's just a little bit weird. You know, you've played a whole game, or you played all day. You get to the semifinal, and then all of a sudden it stops, and you got to wake up, and you're typically going to play mixed doubles, and instead you're playing game 2 of the semifinal. And so it's a little strange, but they had time to think and prepare for this game 2.
On a passing shot from Lea Jansen, back on top by 2. Jansen, of course, had some health issues last season, announced her retirement from singles due to her diabetes journey, and announced she's back this season. Great to have her back in the mix. Cross-court beauty from Jansen.
Yeah, I mean, Mary's returning forehand. She's returning backhand right now. And Lea is really just striking the ball well. She's taking angles like she just did. At previous point, she hit it down the line. She's striking it well, and she's making Mary work at the kitchen, and she's able to pass her right now.
Where would you like to see Mary return it?
Well, she just returned it backhand twice, 2 points ago. She returned it forehand this last time. And I think she likes going backhand. That's where she's gone quite a bit. I think we'll see if she goes there this time.
Ooh, back to the forehand, and a passing shot on the forehand side to match.
And I like that adjustment. So she didn't do what I suggested. She went right up the middle, and she actually tried to take away some of the angles from Lea, and she did just that. She set herself up for a really, really nice passing shot.
5-8.
Ooh, gosh, that one sat above the net for what felt like forever. The old net court, I love them. I gotta be honest.
Tell you somebody who doesn't. John's not a fan. There it is from Lea Jansen. So good. Angle from the middle of the court. Oh, too good from Jansen off a very nice return from Mary.
Come on, Michelle. I mean, Lea's back there. Mary seemingly is in control. And then when Lea hits a passing shot like that, at some point you just got to tip your cap on a shot like that.
Game point for Jansen.
Side out.
Had it.
Five, 10.
Just back. What a point, both sides.
I side out point. I didn't see it.
Jansen looking for clarification.
6-10.
That's the second one. It clips the net, drops on the same side. Frustration from Lea. Obviously wants that one back. And this is what I was saying, Michelle. Like we were just, Mary's at a loss, but she's fighting her way back point by point, and we're seeing it right now. Let's see if she can take another step.
Into the net goes Jansen on the return. Mary Brascia, tennis players in college. Into the net for Jansen. Brascia is back within one.
So Mary serves it wide to Lea's forehand, opens up her backhand, attacks the backhand, falls in behind it, and she wins the point. Really, really nice play.
Ooh, just wide was the call from Jansen. An immediate challenge from Mary Brascia. Looking for clarification. Brascia gets the serve back, saves another game point, and another chance to tie it here.
There's a little extra oomph on that swing, Michelle. She wanted that point back. She thought that last ball was in. She took a bigger swing, great contact, put it away for a winner.
9-10.
That is too good from Mary Brascia, tied up at 10 apiece.
So let's see if this continues. Mary is serving to Lea's forehand, and then she's taking her third shot to Lea's backhand. And 2 of the last 3 points, it's worked for her and got her a point. Let's see what she does here.
Oh, Brascia pulls it wide and off the paddle of Jansen, up 11-10, and game point now swings to Brascia's side.
And Michelle, it's the exact same thing. She did it again. She served it to her forehand. She hit it to her backhand. Then she took control of the point that way. Let's see if she closes out the match with that same strategy.
11-10.
Jansen gets it right back, fights off a match point.
I love the fire there from Lea Jansen. Mary took the same strategy, but Lea said no. Beautiful backhand right there, cross court.
Clutch play from Lea Jansen. Down the line, was that ball in? It looked like it could have been slightly wide. Call is that it was good. And again, no challenges for Brascia.
Oh gosh, it was
What do you
close.
think?
I think it caught the outside.
Okay, well done by Jansen.
11-11.
And a missed return from Brascia. Momentum swings back in favor of Jansen, who takes the game point. Her third so far of the game.
12-11.
Into the net and serve back over to Brascia with another chance to tie it at 12.
Gosh, what a match. 11-9 in game 1. We're at 12-11 right now, game 2. These are 2 incredible players fighting right now for this next game.
11-12.
See if she goes back to the forehand. Yeah.
Point.
Right back to the middle twice, and Brascia ties it back up.
Twelve.
Ooh, finishing touch from Mary Brascia. Pockets the corner, steals back a match point.
Match point.
I can't tell if that was going way
I know.
out or if it was going to hit the
It
line.
looked like it was maybe sailing, but why not be safe than sorry?
That's right.
13-12. Side out.
A wild turn of events, both sides. Jansen saves her second match point.
That was a gutsy return. She hit that thing deep to Mary's forehand, pushed her 2-3 feet off the baseline, made her hit a forehand on her back foot, and sailed it into the net.
Another chance for Jansen to tie it here. And she will, off another gutsy play from the baseline.
$13-13.
Lob is wide, and Jansen recovers another game point.
Gosh, this is so good. I mean, there's the patented Lea come into the net, force a passing shot, use her length to hit the volley, and she's now up 14-13, game point.
14-13.
Jansen takes game 2, 15-13. So guess what? The theme continues between these two. We are going to a third. We'll get Kyle's thoughts on what gives after the break.
We need someone big.
A rapper?
No, this person needs more of a saint kind of vibe.
Dude, I got it. Super Bowl MVP.
Won't be a breeze to get him, but we should go for it.
I wouldn't settle for less.
So you think you make it on the Pro Tour?
Pro Tour? Going pro is in my blood, George.
Well, making pros is what we do.
Well, let's do this then.
Big play from Brascia right out of the opening point. Ooh.
That was tricky.
Yeah.
A little footwork shift and then a inside-in backhand. Had Lea leaning. Missed it just wide, but a beautiful shot.
0-0. Point.
And a big serve from Lea Jansen.
There's a delicate balance in singles, especially on the serve and the return of you want to go big, but you don't want to miss it. But at the same time, you don't want to go too small where it's super short. And so it's this delicate balance that we're really seeing both of them, I think, play really nicely. And we see it right there. Like, Lea had a really, really deep return. And it's tricky because, as we see her at the kitchen line with just a really nice volley, good footwork, tight, compact strokes, you want to set yourself up well for the point, and you do that in really the first 3 shots of the point. And so that's why you see them taking some bigger risks on these serves and returns.
Lea Jansen turning to her sideline, asking how many she's going to miss. Clearly frustrated.
0-1.
Thought she had advantage in that point. Ooh, pretty. Oh, my. ATP from Brascia. She thought it looked good. Looking for clarification on the out call. There's Howard Hepler.
After review, the referee's outruling
verdict.
stands. Loss of challenge results in a lost timeout. You have 1 timeout remaining. 2 timeouts. We will resume play. Side out. 1-0.
All right. Ball confirmed out.
Time in. 1-0. Point.
Oh, that's nice. That's a beautiful shot. It's a little drop shot. In fact, yesterday when we were watching John May play Ben Johns, and he was using the drop shot beautifully, the exact same way that Lea just used it right there.
2-0. Side out.
That's one of those, Lea, you see it on her face. She feels like she had it, and it just missed wide, but you got to be okay with that, taking some risks out there.
Point.
Flirting with the baseline is Mary Brascia, but she gets away with it.
One, two.
So Mary comes up to the net. You want to come up to the net at different times, as we see Mary there getting pushed off slightly, but you force your opponent, in this case it was Lea, to hit difficult passing shots over and over and over. And if you're playing the odds and that's your strategy, you want to keep doing that.
Point.
And then on the flip side, if you're the person back, you're hitting to space. Where do you want to make them move at the kitchen line, so you have to stretch out. And when they do stretch out, you oftentimes see errors. So this is a really great match of strategy with 2 players who really know each other well.
Side out.
As so many of the players on tour do, they know each other's games and they know what they're going to do to each other when they go out on court. So it becomes a chess match of who's going to do what to who and who's going to do it differently each time.
Lea Jansen ties it back up.
And that point right there is why I think net cords are awesome, because in a lot of times in that situation.
You're the only person that says that, by the way.
Well, a lot of times if that hits the net cord, Lea loses that point. But in that situation, it helped her win the point. So my whole thing is it's coming back 50-50 at the end of the day. So be nice to the net cord, because it's going to come and help you out pretty soon. Oh, come on.
Wow, Lea Jansen comes away with another. Too good. She wants another shot at Annalie Waters in the final.
And Lea's one of the few players who has consistently knocked on the door of Anna Lee, as she did back in Texas last year, taking her to 3 games and having match points in a few of them.
Point. Five, 3. Point. Timeout. Changes.
Lea Jansen gets to 6 first. We will change ends as Mary Brascia tries to sort through a 3-point deficit.
Time in. 6-3. Side out.
That's the second time in this match that a timeout or a changeover happened, and Mary got the side out right away. And let's see if Mary can go back to what worked for her in game 2, which was serving it to Lea's forehand and then attacking the backhand.
Nice shot from Brascia, pulling Jansen off balance. Both players, by the way, will be in action in mixed doubles as well. Lea Jansen playing with Jack Monroe this weekend in mixed.
4-6.
Oh, my.
Ooh, just missing wide was Brascia. What a point.
That point had a little bit of everything in it. Some chaos. A lob was in there. People on the move. Beautiful point. Lea, great job here between Mary with a nice backhand. On the move. Lea put a lot of pressure on.
6-4. Side out.
And that's a shot that worked for her a lot in game 2. A little inside-in forehand where she runs around the backhand and then takes the forehand down the line. She's frustrated with herself because she was making it so much in game 2.
Point.
This is what I said early, Michelle. Mary's a fighter. Right, down 3-6 on the changeover. She's fighting her way back 1 point at a time.
Side out. Six, 5.
This is a crucial part of the match right here. 7-5. Mary really needs a side out right now. Lea wants to extend. Ooh.
Side out.
The trickery.
5-7. Point.
singles can shift so quickly. You know, you're down 3-6, Mary is, and she fights her way back. And then we get a couple side outs, maybe a lack of focus on the serve, thinking about what you're going to do next. You miss it, side out. That's constantly what's happening in singles. So let's see who maintains their discipline here over the final few points of this game.
Beautiful shot from Mary Brascia, ties it up at 7.
7-7.
Let's see if she serves the forehand here, then attacks the backhand.
Ooh, just wide.
I was watching you.
What's your rationale there of attacking the backhand?
Well, it looks like in game 2, Mary did it a lot, where she was trying to pull Lea away from the backhand and then go back to the backhand. And a lot of times in singles, you're trying to hit to a player's strength to potentially open up their weakness.
Oh, perfect point and ATP secured from Lea Jansen.
Side out. Seven, 8. Point.
Nice drop from Mary Brascia, forcing the error on Jansen. Tie game.
8-8.
Oh, wow. Let's see what she does.
9-8.
Ooh, missed wide for Mary.
Yeah.
Where's she going?
Well, she was going down the line, but again, it's back to Lea's pressure. When you come to the kitchen, you apply pressure, mental pressure to the person about to hit the shot, and then you really close the target.
Point.
Too good from Lea Jansen. Inside out. Mac tied up at 9.
That's a beautiful shot. She was flirting with the line. Landed it right on the line.
9-9.
Inside out on the volley from Mary Brascia. Rolls it to the sideline. Gets the serve back.
Nine.
Mary Brascia with all the pressure that point from the kitchen. Match point to the 3 seed.
10-9. Point in match Brascia.
Mary Brascia secures the victory, and on to the final she goes. What a performance for Mary Brascia, taking this one in 3. A gutsy performance, a grindy performance, and she did it. A huge victory, a lot of resiliency shown by you, Mary. You guys started the match last night. You picked it back up this morning. How difficult was it for you to regroup this morning and pick this match back up?
You know, I feel like at these tournaments, I've been playing a lot of night matches, so I was feeling really good last night, but I was happy to have some rest and come back out and just fight for every point. I knew it was going to be a battle with Lea. It always is, and it was just a great match, so really happy to get this one.
You were trailing most of the way through in game number 3 on a tough opponent in Lea Jansen. How were you able to take hold of this one and take it?
Oh gosh, singles is a game of runs. You know, someone can win 7 points in a row, and then you just have to fight for every single point. So I just tried to focus and fight, and then somehow I came out on top.
And you have Annalie Waters next in the finals on Sunday. You know she doesn't lose much. What's the approach against such a high-level opponent?
Yeah, I mean, Annalie is the best out there. I just have to really fight for every point, and she's really tough to beat. She doesn't lose, so, you know, I just got to try to play the best pickleball I can and see what happens. I'm excited.
All right, Mary, well, congratulations on to Championship Sunday you go. Now you switch over to mixed doubles here. It's like a progressive draw for you. So good luck today. We will see you on Championship Court later on. We'll move on to mixed doubles after